YouTube, what is going on? Chris with Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Guys, I'm doing a video today to talk about staples. Yes, for those of you who have been watching my videos the last couple of days, I posted on Facebook about staples, and I got attacked for it. I posted on YouTube about staples, and I got a lot of love. So it's been a crazy couple of days, 48 to 72 hours. But I learned a lot. I educated myself. I learned from others, and I'm here to talk about staples. I'm here to talk about what we should probably expect from the condition of our staples and how to be informed as collectors about the condition of staples and what it can do to the book, et cetera, et cetera. So I got some books out here to use as some examples, guys. So I didn't pull the book out that was in question over the last few days. It is a Key Silver Age book. I didn't want to pull it out and mess with it, but I wish I could show you guys, but I just thought it best to keep it in the bag in the box and to just tell you guys the staples were black. They were black, and they had dinge wearing off from the staple, and I'm going to show you on the side of the pages here and here, where it was black, pushed or marked into the pages of the book. The staples were a little rough to texture, but not rough like full on rust is, So that's what I was dealing with, and I'm questioning, is this rust? So let me just talk about this real quick. From what I learned, that black around the staples is oxidation. Now, an oxidation and rust are almost interchangeable, because oxidation is, in a sense, the deterioration and the corrosion of the metal. It's the same thing with rust. But rust usually comes with more of a direct contact with like water or a liquid or extreme moisture. Whereas, what I'm thinking what happened with the blackened staples or with any kind of oxidation is it could just be humidity, moisture, maybe not direct contact with liquid, but just the environment has a lot of moisture in it, so forth. But let me start off by showing you guys, we all know what new nice staples look like. They should be shiny. Let's get a close up on the staple here. They should be shiny, silvery, and smooth to the touch. And there they are. And on the inside, let me pull this book up here. Same thing. We can see them shimmering in the light. Shimmer in the light. Do you guys notice that on new books, the staples aren't like flat anymore? Do you see that? Look at that. What's up with that? Anybody know anything about that? That's strange how they're like kind of an M shape. I've been noticing that in new books. Anyways, those are nice, brand new, shiny staples. Now, I'm going to show you guys some rusted out staples. Look at this book. You can see these staples are just completely rusted. Let me show you guys. This book had to be in contact with some kind of nasty moisture or liquid, because look at even the paper. It looks bubbled up as if something was not just water damage, but something was really eating at the book that was like extremely acidic. So that's just really nasty. When I touch it, it's really rough, and it's like gives me cringy feelings, like fingers on a chalkboard. I don't even like touching this book. I've thought about even throwing it away, but today it's a good educational tool. And I just did the inside. So yes, something was really going on with this book. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys, though. Look at the rust. So this is what's happening. And as you can see all the crumbs? See that? That's the metal in the paper all around corroding and deteriorating and flaking off. And it's eating into the paper. Even down here. So pretty soon, if I open this up, you could tell that this page is getting lifted off the staple, and pretty soon that cover is going to fall completely off that staple. Now I got some of that stuff on my other books, which is not good. Anyways, so you guys get my point there. That is obvious rust and corrosion, and that cover is not going to last long on those staples. If I read through that book and turned every page, that cover would probably fall off, at least that top staple. So now, when I was dealing with this issue, and I posted on the Facebook forum, asking like, guys, I, I want your guys' opinion. Is this rust? What should I do? What is this? And everyone was like attacking me, but a lot of people in their opinion said, oh man, those staples look great for, a 55-year-old book. Actually, guys, let me even show you. Let me see if I can give you guys a visual of the book in the bag without me even taking it out. Can we see the staple? I don't think so. Let's try to zoom in here. Nah, it's not going to do it. So, yeah, it's not going to show it. Well, guys, I went ahead and took it out. Here it is. Here is the infamous staple that I've been talking about. So you could see around the staple that there's markings on the pages. Now, when I touch it, it's not as smooth, but it doesn't have like any kind of rough buildup. It's kind of how do I describe it? Kind of like a matte feeling, and then even if you can zoom in here, see at the top of that staple, you can see like the hole is a little bigger probably than it should be. And you can see a little bit of kind of browning around it. At least if I took a picture and zoomed in, you could. But you can obviously see that the staple is it's not orange, it's not rusted, but it is black. It's not even dinged. It's almost completely black, and you could see it wearing off down here. Now, this staple down here is a little better. I could see a little bit of gray. There is some blackness on that staple, but I'm sure for you guys it's really hard to see. But I want to compare these with some other Silver Age books. Okay, so this is a Captain America 100. It's coverless, okay? This book is 52 years old. And if you look at this staple here, it's so hard to see in video, but let me get some light on it. There we go. Now, what do I see? And this is my research and what my research taught me. Staples do not naturally oxidize. Meaning, if a staple is to rust, like that Nasty Hulk book, or if it is to oxidize in any way, like we see the blackening of this staple wearing off onto the pages, it is because it was exposed to some kind of moisture. Let me repeat that. Staples do not naturally oxidize. So when the people were like, are you kidding me? The book's 55 years old. You're lucky that it's like that. This book is 52 years old. What naturally happens to staples is they lose their shimmer. They lose their shimmer and they start looking more of a dull gray. And if you guys can see here, this staple is most definitely a dull gray. It is not black. And it's tough because the staple's so small. What you guys may see as black is actually just the shadow that's sitting right next to the staple. But so you can still see a little shine in the light. But it is gray. It's a dull gray. Even if we come in here, there's no markings. There's no markings on the side of the pages. No markings on the side of the pages. And again, you can see a little shimmer, but man, yeah, it really looks black on camera because of the, there we go. There's a good shot. Look at that. Okay. Look at that. There's still a little bit of shine and they're a dull gray. So, the hole's a little big on that one. See that the top of that, but there's no discoloration around it. Now let's look at this book that's 45 years old. I mean, these still have a little bit of shine, even. They're a little dulled, but I mean, shoot, you can even see them shining. This book is 45 years old. And look at that. This book is not in perfect condition. You could tell that it's been read and it's been worn. So, but look at the staples. It shows me that these books, no matter how old they are, never came into contact with water or moisture and were just kept in a good environment. So, my point here, guys, is that this book, in order for this book to have blackening happening to the staple that's wearing off on the pages there, it did not happen naturally. There had to be some kind of moisture exposure. So, my message in all this is this. I don't care if a book is 1 year old or 1 month old, 1 year old, 10 year old, 20 years old, 40 years old, 55 years old, or even 60 plus years old. Staples do not naturally oxidize and rust. So, moving forward for us collectors and buyers, for me, I'm gonna be extra cautious about staples, because one thing that I also learned is this: once the staple starts oxidizing, now of course if it starts rusting, you're gonna see the corrosion happen probably a lot faster. If it's oxidizing like this is, I mean, who knows? I could keep this in a Mylar in a good condition, and 30 years from now, it might not be much different. Maybe just a little blacker, a little more wear on the pages. But with this one, you could tell that the pages are already getting eaten into. Oxidation will end up eating up the staple and eating up the pages and the paper around it. Therefore, I'm going to do my best to not buy books that have any signs of oxidation, because, and what I also learned is that most likely your CGCs, they will knock down a grade. Sometimes they might not, sometimes they will, but in the bigger scheme of things, especially if it's a high value book, if you plan on having that book for 20, 30, 40 years down the road, I would be very careful about staples, because age should not oxidize staples. Moisture damage should. So that's what I've learned, guys. I wanted to share this with you all. I think I could probably pull out 90+% of my 15,000 books, many of which are at least 30 years old. I know over half of them are probably over 30 plus years old. And I guarantee you, most of them, like, over 90% of them don't have any kind of oxidation or rusting. So if you're looking to buy on eBay, you're buying from any seller anywhere, on Facebook, on Instagram, at a garage sale, at a store, don't take anybody's word saying, hey, I mean, what do you expect for a book that's 50 years old? No, I wouldn't take that as an answer. To me, that's a cop-out. And hey, this is what I learned. So I hope that this could be informative to many of you watching. And I would love to hear your guys' feedback. So thank you for watching. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think of all this. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. And until next time.